Hello, my people. This is Vicki with Walks with Jesus. Okay, this is what's been on my heart all this week. Is feeling like an outsider, feeling like I don't fit in. So as a kid, when I was having just some upsetting times as a child, I must have changed schools 4 or 5 times. And that's hard. It's hard to be the outsider, and especially if you move to a small town, it's really hard to be the outsider there. And it just made me think. I've been watching The Chosen, and The Chosen has really opened my eyes to the people of the apostles, Like, I always felt like, I get Peter, he walked on water, and then he denied Christ. I mean, he flip-flopped in the beginning, and I feel like I can understand him. In Matthew, I was just kind of glossed over. Tax collector, blah, 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 But since I've been watching The Chosen, it's really made the person of Matthew speak to me. So he was a tax collector. What does that mean? That means when the Roman Empire came into these communities and enforced their law, conquered these people and enforced their law, Matthew, a Jew, switched sides and just helped the Romans take what little resources his people had. And so obviously his family and his community rejected him. But the Romans were never going to accept him because he wasn't Roman. He was a Jew. He was just a useful tool for them. So now when I read Matthew, I kind of have some insight because Jesus called him. There's just a really neat scene in The Chosen. I'm sure that's not how that exactly happened, so don't get on me. But where Jesus calls Matthew, and it's just a beautiful scene in itself, but you can see the other disciples like, what? Do you know what this guy has done? Do you know what he's done to us, to me personally? And so a beautiful illustration of how the Lord doesn't want us to hold grudges. And if the Lord can forgive us, we should be able to forgive others who sin against us. But so Matthew, of course, jumps on it and he follows Jesus. But I'm sure, there had to be a time where the other disciples are like, yeah, he's with us, but, can we trust him? Is he really with us? And maybe for the beginning, he didn't really feel accepted. And I have felt that way. But the other parts of Matthew are, who are we living to impress? Whose approval do we want? Do we want the approval of these people around us, of this town? Or do we want the approval of God, of Jesus Christ? That's the approval that counts. So when I think of it that way, I read something that said, what people think about you is none of your business. And it's true. It's just need to let go of that. I would encourage you to read Matthew. There's a lot about not worrying about tomorrow. Tomorrow has enough trouble of its own. Don't worry about what you will eat or drink, what you will wear. Really relying on the Lord, trusting in the Lord. It's a beautiful thing. I hope you have a great day. God bless you.